up, I'll make sure I read both comments so that y'all can stay in the conversation. Let me see. They say yes, Shalana, do it. Let me see, Sorrel. Okay, how y'all go? Make me pop up alive on my party page. Yes, you better come on, Shalonda. Shalonda, you better come on. Let me see. Chris said, hey to Abrielle. So I said, okay, Chris. Let me see. Hey, Corey, you back. Thanks for coming back. Retired teacher, thanks for coming back. Good evening. Good evening. Thanks so much for going to get your big ass up. And thanks for everybody who's it's Gamma's World. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so now that the messy moderators we finished with all that. Now we're going to start our conversation for tonight's topic, which is traditional beliefs. Now, I originally kind of got this topic that I wanted to like elaborate on from Ambrielle. Ambrielle went live. I think it was it? My days and nights are mixed up. I don't think it was last night. It was the night before last. The night before last, y'all go over her page. She had Bricks in the Building on her page. They were talking about Boosie. And if y'all, I don't know if y'all heard about it, but Boosie was, Emmanuel said, do I like Halloween? I don't celebrate Halloween. Okay, so Boosie had an opinion about his daughter, saying that he did use the word that she contaminates his other children with her lifestyle, which is a gay lifestyle. So, okay, that happened. Abrielle was talking about that. It had Bricks in the Building on her page who had an opinion about that as well. Y'all go over there and catch that replay because it was really good. But I wanted to expound on something that they said that they briefly mentioned. I want to like bring some attention to that because I think I heard this coming out of a play that Abrielle did on her live. I've been kind of looking at it, so I can't remember if I did that scrolling or if it was on Abrielle's live. But I think it was on Abrielle's live, where he said simply, he don't want his daughter. He think that way. No, he was more or less telling her, "You wrong for being like that. Our family doesn't like roll like that. Like our family does not believe in that. So therefore, I'm not going to accept you being that way." Now, I think if somebody want to accept it or not, then maybe that's their choice. I don't even get in between what somebody think. I don't have a problem with it, but if other people have a problem with it, that's their beliefs. I think everybody is an individual. They can do what they want to do. It has no impact on my life or nothing like that. So I'm good with that. But the point of him bringing up the fact that he's not even coming from this place based on what he thinks, he's saying that he is thinking that way because of traditional beliefs that his family believes that's going to be the reason why she shouldn't do it based on the traditional beliefs of a family, like me and my grandmother, my great grandmother. Like we took this thing way back and said it's going to be a no. And so because it was a no for them, it's going to be a no for me. I want to get y'all opinion on that. I want to get y'all opinion on what y'all think about just the part. We talked over Abrielle's live about him having that word contaminated, which I heard he came and apologized for that too. I already came out again, apologize for using that word contaminate because I think the world started going crazy about that. But I want to hear what y'all got to say about him saying that he actually has that belief based on tradition, not even necessarily his. He said because the family. So I'm gonna drop the link for anybody who might want to come up. Y'all might not want to come up. Y'all can keep it in the chat if y'all want to. But in case somebody actually wants to come up, y'all can come up if y'all got too much to say on the topic to say in the chat. Up to y'all. Okay, I dropped that. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. She said I was in the bathroom and ducking the bucket. Okay, let me see. Thank you, Chris. She said, welcome to It's Gamma's World. Please hit that like button to make sure you are subscribed. Membership badges or memberships to the channel are available. And y'all can see that banner. Make sure y'all take time to read that banner that's scrolling across the top. Okay, so let me see. Oh, yeah, let me do this. I think I do see T1000 doing that a lot, putting that thing on the screen. That might help me see it a little bit more. Okay, let me see. Okay. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll just go down like that. Okay, welcome to. Okay, Chris got that. Let me keep going down. Might make it easier for me. Chris said hi to Tanya. Emmanuel wants to know if I like Halloween. Okay, yes, Tanya. That was Saturday night. Was it Saturday? Yeah, day before yesterday. Yep. Saturday night. So if y'all looking for a Saturday night, Tay said yes, it was good. It was a really good live. Chris said that was a great combo over at Abriel's on Saturday. Catch the replay. Thank you, Chris. When you got your link. Okay, there you go. They're going to link to that. And y'all can see like some different points of view. Brick in the Builder had a different point of view than Abriel. Abriel was standing on hers. He was standing on his. The chat was standing on theirs. It was a good time. It was a good time. Okay. All right. And Tracy said, good evening, I was in chat. Thanks, Tracy, for coming over here. And Brielle said, girl, I'm going to do a part 2. Okay. On it because more has happened since we did the episode. More, I just know my daughter told me that he apologized for it. She called herself telling me about it. I was telling her, dang, I just listened to a panel with 2 people talking about that or whatever. And she was like, well, he did come out and say he was sorry for it. I said, oh, I didn't know that part. He probably did that after the live. Let me see. So let's say good evening, Tracy. Okay. Everybody speaking. Express said, okay, Abriel, we will be there. Yes, let us know what it is. Share it on your community wall so we'll know. Express said, okay, Abriel, we'll be there. Abriel said, thank you, Chris. Let me see. Dang, I always lose my spot. Or did I? Yeah, here it is right here. Thank you, sis. She said, "Oh wow, Abriel, and your co-host was right. He wouldn't. He was not letting up. He didn't care. He said, y'all can gang up on me, whatever you want. I'm standing my ground. Absolutely, yes. It was so funny. Abriel was looking like, I'll let you speak, but I'm still coming with my opinion. She ain't back down. I was like, don't back down, Abriel. Abriel said, right, because it was passed down. Right, it was passed down. So I'm looking like, so Boosie, are you saying that you believe that in your heart, or are you saying because your ancestors didn't believe in it that that's the reason why you want to handle this situation the way you're handling it with your daughter? Like, that's like two whole totally different things. Like, if you feel that way, you feel like that. You can only respect somebody for feeling however they feel. I don't, like I said, it don't impact me. But to say because somebody else, I don't know. Everyone said right because it was passed down. Soraya said, good, I'm glad he did apologize. Yeah, my daughter said he came out and did an apology on it. Right, Chris. The family passed it down to him. Okay, yep, and I dropped down. Oh, y'all see it on Get Your Big Ass Up. I did it off of that page where I dropped down that link. If y'all want to come up, let me see. Oh man, I hate the way I look. Okay, there it is. Okay. Okay, thank you. Let me see. Okay, so there it is from StreamYard. Oh, I guess it did it from both. It's under Get Your Big Ass Up. And it's Gabby's World if y'all want to hit the link. And then Abriel said, yes, I want to hear from others on this topic also. Yes. Hi, Karen. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Chris said, it would hurt me to see my child hurt, though. Yeah, I could never turn them away. I understand the Bible, but one son isn't. I'm one sin. Yeah, one sin isn't greater than another. Just my opinion. I'm gonna love you regardless. Like, I just strongly believe in that. Like, my whole thing is that I can't start calling out nobody else's sin when I see it myself. I can't. It ain't much I can say about nobody because I have to like say it to myself first. And so if I'm thinking I'm not ready to be working towards perfection, then I don't know. I don't see how. To me, I wouldn't do it. A lot of the people that I know wouldn't do it, but maybe somebody I know would do it, and that's the where we have the right of our thoughts and opinions. Like, that's our right. And if you feel like that, then what can I say? We can only share them and try to get someone to see our point of view. But after that, that's about it. Let me see. Gabrielle said, right, Saret. He has apologized since my live, and the other daughter. Oh, the other daughter has spoken up now too. I definitely do it. Oh, I wonder what she said. So, what are you doing, Gabrielle? Because I want to know what she said. Hi, Josh. How are you? Thanks for coming to the live. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you. If you have subscribed, Tay said, "That's my boy. He's so great." Yeah, I do like Boosie. I don't have to have his beliefs to like him. So, like, I like him, but that's your family and how you want to treat your daughter. It got nothing to do with me. And Brielle said the other daughter has spoke out now because she was mentioned too. Oh, I see. I didn't know she was. I didn't listen to the entire thing. I kind of listened to what you provided on the line, and I was listening to what the whole situation was based on what you let us hear. But I was so stuck on the word contaminated, like it took everything away from him saying about like the gay thing and all that kind of stuff. It took everything away because I'm trying to figure out how your child can be anything, contaminating anything. Like, that's such a strong word. I was just caught up on the word. Josh said, how is everybody's Monday going? And Glow says there are people who still feel that way. He has a right to his opinion, but I feel he could have handled it a better way. Right. He will lose his daughter forever if he continues in the direction he's going. Yes, I think his opinion about that is totally separate about respecting your daughter, especially she ain't like loud and boisterous out here. Like, it don't seem like she a rebellion person that's out here all loud like that. Like, don't you just want to respect her demeanor, period? Like, she ain't one of those pop-offs. Even if you are, can you just respect that? I know you probably voice a lot of stuff in the street, but like, don't you have to like take a back seat when it comes to the people you actually know and love, like your own daughter? You know, I don't know. That's kind of like, I don't know to me. Oh, y'all, let me put this in so it can be a little bit higher. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. Chris said, hey, Josh. Y'all hit the like button, Sherette said. Abriel said, Chris, go up. Chris, go up. Indigo said, hey, can I hit Indigo? You here listening? Thank you, Indigo. Abriel said, I want to hear your perspective, sis. Chris, she wants to hear your perspective. She want to hear what you got to say on that, because Chris was saying that she works in a school where she sees like more of this happening, so she might have more of a connection to more instances of this, because if we don't have it in our friends and family, we don't see it firsthand. Maybe she sees it firsthand a lot more than we do. Sweat said, membership back. Okay. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Hey, nice to meet you. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you might be. Okay, Chris, speak.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yep, I can hear you. My volume was out. Okay.
Okay. Hi, hey, everybody. Okay, I missed the first part of what you said about what I've seen, and then I can.
Hey, Alvin, I was just saying, because you said you worked in a school administration, so you may come across as more than the average person who may see it in their family or friends.
Oh
Like, you got
yeah.
a lot of kids, that you might be more common in your in your workplace.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I grew up. My grandfather was a pastor for 44 years at a missionary Baptist church. My mother and father were both ministers at different times, elders. So I
Okay.
know the Bible. I know what the Bible says
Uh-huh.
um, about that specific topic.
Yeah.
However, I also know that one sin is not greater than the last or
Right.
than the next.
Thanks. Yeah.
And so someone could be committing adultery or murder or, whatever,
Yeah.
adult or whatever, being
Yeah.
fast, that's a sin.
Right.
Cursing is a sin. So what
Yeah.
makes that worse than the other? And
Mhm.
then I've seen also certain situations, honestly, where things have happened to the child due to things going on in the home. They were exposed to certain things early in age, and or even in middle school. Whew, fifth
Yeah.
grade. Ooh, it gets real in there. So they
Yeah.
start experimenting, trying to understand
Right.
who they are.
Right.
But then there are other kids who are also, from the moment they step into that pre-K classroom, I'm like, oh, okay,
Right.
this is different than
Yeah.
Johnny
Right.
or what Johnny's doing, or and I love you regardless. So I think
Right.
that that's just my thing. So especially if I'm like that with my children within my schools,
Right.
I'm definitely gonna be like that with my children at home. Like, if
Right.
you are who you are,
Right.
I'm not gonna disown you. I want you to know, hey,
I
Lexi, it's
know. Let me
okay. It's okay. To be who you are. Now, within the schools, people are saying now that the textbooks, curriculum, all center around exposing kids to things that they shouldn't see, or things that parents should be teaching.
Right.
Um, the company I believe in, or the company I work for and believe in, is all about what do we call it? Mirrors and windows. So allowing students to see themselves
Okay.
from where they've come from, but also windows. How are other people? Because
Yes.
you don't just function in society by yourself. You actually have to get along with people. You have
Mm-hmm.
to get a job. You have to keep
Right.
that job. You have to
Yeah.
network.
Uh-huh.
So all of that, you have to understand who other people are and accept them for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my take on it.
Right. Because I'm always thinking like, is it our place? Like, it might be in my mind that it's a sin, but the next person does not have to think that their lifestyle is a sin. If I have that belief, that's my personal belief. I don't like necessarily putting my beliefs off on other people. I like to stand strong on what I believe in, and I will speak on what I believe in. I don't have no problem in sharing what I believe in, but I still want to respect other people's beliefs. Because if that's what you believe, that's between you, your God, or your no God. Whatever you want to do, it really has nothing to do with me. It doesn't
Right.
impact my life.
Yep.
I have
Same.
a cousin who is, well, I have some cousins that I get, but one particular cousin, I love the ground she walks on. And her being gay is just never a reflection of anything that has to do with me. It has so like nothing to do with me because I don't want to sleep with her. And I think to some extent, sometimes I think if you really look at the nitty gritty, what causes someone to be gay is who they sleep with. Like ultimately, because like if they're walking around a certain way and they never have sex with anybody, that means you can't really technically say they're anything because they're not actually sleeping with that opposite sex. It's that act that's making people say, "Oh, you're gay." Or like if they have any kind of interaction like that, any kind of intimacy is what they consider the person being gay. But if they never have it, then you can never judge them as being that way. So therefore, if I don't want to sleep with you, why do I care about that part of you? Why do I care? You're not
Right.
discussing anything of that with me. You don't make no passes on your cousin. You don't. None of that is a reflection of our relationship.
Right. It's not my business.
It's not my
But
business.
I think when it is your child and you've been ingrained, for years and years and years of generational things that might have been based on the Old Testament, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Need to
right.
ask my mama. But
Yeah, right.
but it's ingrained in you as a parent. Like certain things, even like, oh, you're gonna take your shoes off when you come in the door. Period.
Right, right, exactly.
The little things like that. But this is a bigger thing, so it's gonna hold more power.
Because it's a whole lifestyle. It's not an
Yeah.
isolated little incident.
Yep. But
So I
somebody has to break the chain somehow. But I don't know.
do they want? Does he want to break the chain? He looked like he's so
Probably
comfortable
not.
in it, and that is his
Yeah.
belief too.
That's hard.
It is hard. So I said, who are we to judge? And that's how I just think. Like I don't have time to
Yeah,
be like
that part.
really judging nobody. I can judge, especially I'm not getting ready to. Even if I have judging is different from having your own opinion. Because I always tell people we can't say judge because we judge the kind of job we want. We go to a car lot, judge the kind of car we want. We judge the kind of place we want to live in. We judge the kind of clothes we wear. We don't buy everything on the rack. We judge to a certain extent in life. But when your judgment becomes a reflection on other people in the way they want to do things, that's when I have a problem with the judging.
Right. Or when you're not the epitome of whatever you're talking about and you're judging somebody else.
Right.
No, you need to shut up.
Right, exactly.
Sorry, that don't have nothing to do with this, but
right. Let me say
they do.
You said yes, it's about accepting people for who they are. Sin is sin. As a parent, I believe in unconditional love. Contaminated was a very strong word. It's that's exactly what I thought. But the thing about it is that she said, like, and you said too, it's a thing just said it, and you just said it, Chris, that a sin is a sin. But that sin is only based on your belief. Because if I was, I'm not gay, but if I was, I don't feel like I would want to take the stance as saying my lifestyle is a sin. I probably, in my mind, would think more on the lines, and I know some gay people who do think this. They're not thinking of it as a sin. They're thinking in their way of looking at their God, their relationship with their God, that God says that love is love. They're not thinking it's a sin the way we think because our beliefs are just different. So we say it's a sin, but they're looking like, what's sinful about it? I love this person. I care about this person like you care about your person.
Yep.
So they're not seeing it as that, I don't believe.
Right. No.
So we can't impose that on them. It's not their belief to think it's a sin.
I just think, at a certain point, you have to, there's a Bible verse about growing up, basically, and leaving your childish ways behind. Not necessarily like being a child, but like your maturity and then like understanding for yourself. So I'm going to read the Bible for myself. I'm going to understand who people are and what they represent by myself. I don't need anybody else. Even if my mother, grandmother, great grandmama felt this way, okay, that's my foundation, but I still have my own strong will
you can
and
still
mind
have opinion
to figure it out.
Even if you agree, you still just research that thing for yourself.
Especially for my child. Right.
Right, for your own child. Is it worth seeing? Is that really what you believe? Then fine. If that's what you read up on it, you got the information that they're talking about. Your daughter saying something else. Maybe you want to listen to her a little bit, and then you come to the conclusion. You know what? I'm with my family on this. I just don't get it. That's still your opinion. You have that right, but at
Mm-hmm.
least you can give her the respect. Like you can respect a stranger. So I
Yep.
know you can respect your daughter.
Your own child. Yeah.
It's her lifestyle. Like
Right.
literally. So I said the daughter is definitely breaking the cycle. Hey
Yes.
Tilo.
Yep.
Yes. Sweat said, did Jesus say love thy neighbor?
Yep.
Or
He
did he
did.
say love those without sin?
Mm.
Exactly. Exactly. He
He
said
said, "Those without sin, let them cast the first
that first
stone."
stone. The
So
first stone.
who's gonna do that?
Nobody
Raise
can
raise
step
your
up.
hand in the chat.
Right.
I know I can't
Nobody
throw
can
it.
step up. That's why, like,
Right.
how can somebody else I might look at something, anything beyond this, and I be like thinking, well, that's a weird way, but I still know
Mm-hmm.
it's a weird way based on my beliefs. I know
Right.
it's not weird to somebody else. Like, why we can't just let people be who they are and be okay with them? You can still keep your beliefs on something without
Right.
having to impose your way of thinking as being the right thing.
Exactly. Therefore,
So,
creating fear, and that's a whole
right.
nother domino effect.
Exactly. Let me see. Suresh said we have our own walks with God. And I think it's so individualized. I literally think that every soul on this earth,
Mm-hmm.
whether they believe in God or not, they have their own relationship. Even if you choose not to have a relationship, it's still your own individual what you want to have with it. So therefore, I don't want to be speaking on how you feel. Like I don't care if I feel this way. I don't want to speak on how you feel because I want to respect your
Mm-hmm.
relationship with God. That might be something y'all worked out. I don't know.
Right.
I just know what I
Not
believe,
my
and that
business.
makes me. Yeah. So what might make you feel condemned might not make me feel condemned.
But I do think you have to again like lay the foundation for your children. But that's really it is based on your beliefs, which are
Yeah.
somewhat based on your generational beliefs. But
Right.
then again, that's where the knowledge comes into play, and you being an adult,
Right.
you
And I
know.
think that he has a right to let his daughter know exactly how he feels in a
Yeah,
way that she taught. It sounds like she knows how he feels on it. What was
exactly.
the reason why you had to bring that up in a whole interview? Like I know they said
That
my
was
daughter wants
wrong.
to say he does that all the time. He does it all the time. Maybe you do, but if you have a situation, you're with this girl, you knew that she's like this for a while. You need to have put
Mm-hmm.
in your mind, okay, if this come up, I'm gonna have to play this way. She not like that. I gotta respect her,
Right.
her wishes. So okay, if that comes up, I'm just gonna either let them know I want to talk about it or let them know that
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing that I condone, but I love my daughter. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't even got
Period.
to go into it like that. Like I don't care what you rant and rave about. It don't okay you to hurt your own seed like that.
Right. And
You
that
want
breeds like other issues that we talked about in the past as well, with the things we need to prevent as far as like self endangerment.
right,
Like because then
exactly.
kids feel like they can't be themselves. Your own
Right.
children can't be themselves
And
around
then when they
you.
sneak, you don't want them to be sneaky, but you just
Right.
tore down everything about them that they
Right.
feel is probably the most important thing at a certain time in their life.
Yep.
You tear
You
that down, and so what do you now? They have to sneak because you're not letting them think that this is even nothing we can talk about because
mhm.
of a traditional belief. Because the great grandmother said no to this. Not even saying you
Mhm.
said because we don't do that in our family for
Mhm.
traditional reasons. But then it's gonna be a problem if she is want to sneak and do anything now when it shouldn't even be about that. And I was because my whole thing is that a lot of things like when people go like Abrielle made a comment. She said her family member, she pulled her to the side and told her she didn't want her like having show up public affectionate in front of her children. And I was like, that could be a thing, but probably depending on my age of my kids, I'm going to tell a male and a female the same thing. Like because
Absolutely, you better not be right in front of
yeah, if
anybody.
it's a 5 year or 6 year, I'm going to tell the man or woman,
I
don't be
don't
doing all that
care.
in front of the child.
And you're
That
not
goes both
sharing a room
ways.
in my house if y'all aren't married. That's what I
Exactly
practice
right. If
saying
you're
to
not
Kaden.
married or something,
Yeah.
that could be a thing if you're doing, or even if you are married, is that an appropriate place if you're at a family function to do that around all the family members who might be older, all the kids that might? It's not even appropriate across the board.
Oh, see, if I think if you're married, you can do whatever you want to
But
do.
I think if
I think
kids are there, you're
well,
at
you
you
go in
can
the room and close.
no, I'm talking about
Oh,
like
out
you're
there.
in a family
Okay.
gathering, we all sit in the living room. You can hold off from that until you get home or whatever, or until you get in another room. That's not even is that a place for you to just start tugging somebody down?
I think there. Well, I've seen a recent short that I'm not gonna mention, But I think
I saw it
public
too.
display. You saw it too. Now that was a
Yeah,
lot. But I was
it
like,
was
oh,
a
okay.
lot.
That's why he's still there.
So
But
is that okay if you got a 5-year-old in the room?
no.
Does it make a difference if you're married?
Well, gosh, I don't know.
The 5-year-old should be like, oh, okay, they're married, so let me watch you tug them down.
Well,
But
I want my child or my daughter to be happy in their relationship, marriage, excuse me. But
yes,
I do think that there are some parameters
right, because the
for
5-year
sure.
old, I don't think that they really know about married or not married. They're just going to see some stuff and try it. Then when they try it with the child at school, then you're going crazy because they trying it. You just did all that in front of them, and children are curious.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And then is that going to be okay because you were married? Then now the child is going to school kissing the other kids at the school.
But they're not married. So
But then a 5-year-old will understand marriage and know,
I,
oh no, it's
I think
okay.
it
Exit that out of your brain because they're married. And it's not gonna work like that for a 5-year-old.
I think it does. I think 5-year-olds do understand relationships though. I think babies understand relationships. I think it begins like from the moment of birth, honestly, from the mother to the baby. So they understand relationships.
I do believe
Um
that. I think that they can know. Maddie will get in front of her mom and dad and literally tell them, I love you, mom. I love you, dad. I'm so happy you're my
yes.
parents. She'll say
Yeah,
that,
that,
and she's only 3. But
yes.
I still don't think that they wait until the presence of her, even in their own home, and it's the 3 of them, to start tonguing each other down
Now,
while she's
okay.
there. Like
Yeah,
they,
okay, okay. Yes.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
agree with
Like
that.
it's
That
still
was
inappropriate to but of course, you know, okay, if they see somebody like maybe putting holding hands or
yes.
something like that, but
There
like
are
doing
limits.
stuff like that.
Yes. That other thing, no.
Karen said, we do have our own relationships with God, but it comes down to what the Bible says. Every relationship is different, but not everyone
Mhm.
is biblically based. Absolutely. That's the
True.
thing, is
Yep.
that everyone is not going to be biblically based. It's not.
True.
Thank you, Sabrina. She says, support God Maza. It's get your big ass up. My pastor always preach not to judge and let people see the light of God in
Mhm.
you. Exactly. Like if you feel like you want to show something and be the thing that they can see in you. And stop trying to like talk at people and think you're talking means something. Because a lot of times when you do that, they just gonna look at you like, wait a minute, what about when you did whatever? You know,
Mhm.
why you trying to judge me? If
Right.
you think that thing, let them watch it, and then that's just a better way for them to know how things play out. Children have different influences in their lives. Let me see. Karen says some folks say gossip is okay, but the Bible says it's a sin. So we have to be precise with what we say is okay and
Mhm.
what the word says exactly.
It's all a sin.
Right. It's just
We
all going.
sin daily.
Let me see. Yes, you do have to watch what you do in front of a young child. Yes, it's an influence.
Yeah.
Everything you do is an influence, and that's not appropriate. You don't want them to be having no thoughts of intimacy before it's appropriate. So if you display that, it's just not. In my opinion, let me
I
say it in my opinion. Somebody else might be thinking, yes, it is, and that'll be fine for them and their family. I respect that. But for me and mine, there's nothing I'm going to be doing to show any kind of like intimacy besides like a whole hand, something I would do with anybody, things like that, maybe a hug, things like that. But I'm not going to be doing anything that's getting ready to start showing any explicit, which can start like with the video you talked about with how far that went or whatever. I'm not going to do that in front of my kids, whether
Mhm.
I'm with their dad and we're married. I'm just not going to do it because it's not going to be the thoughts that you want to enter a child's head before it's even time for them to have the thoughts. When they do this stuff in school, the reason why I think they should stop want to have classes or stuff like that, because the thing about it, at that age in middle school, they shouldn't be thinking about it at all, whether it's a female or a male, whether it's same sex or different. They shouldn't even be having, it's a million other things that y'all can be teaching these kids, but you want to start there. Why you want to start there?
I think it's more than that though, honestly. So honestly, it starts before middle school.
It
fifth
probably
grade,
does.
it fifth grade, there's an actual course, but
Wow.
it talks about like the physical changes that you go through as you transition from a
Yeah.
young child to an older child.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I think that it's important for kids to understand what intimacy looks like. It's not necessarily
Yeah.
physical at all. Like
Yeah.
they need to have those social emotional skills from the very beginning too. Like
Yes.
I think the basis of all of that really is like acceptance, it's love, it's
Yeah.
self-esteem. So I think
Right.
that at least the curriculum I know of
Yeah.
does attribute to that. Like it does speak to all of that developmentally appropriate, you know.
Right.
You can't go in there talking about, all the different forms of sex in fifth grade, but no,
Right.
let's understand your body. But I
Exactly.
also,
And back when I was in school, that's what it was. It was a health class
yeah, that's
that
what it is.
covered,
That's what
the
it is
type of
now.
thing.
Yes.
So now
It's,
it's an actual class that talks about that in specific.
no, not a
Oh,
specific class. It's
okay.
I don't know, like a week-long course maybe for just fifth graders. Boys are separated from the girls. And they talk about just the changes that they're already experiencing. Your kids experience these changes anyway, even as a
Right.
baby, they do.
Right. Right.
So it's okay for kids to understand that. But I think the foundation really comes from the parents first. I don't
Right.
want Caden to hear first and foremost about all of that from somebody else before he hears it from me.
Right. Absolutely. And a lot of the things that go on to schools, I just wish they would let parents, do. But think about it. A lot of the things that you think parents should stand up on and be the first people, sometimes the parents never mention it and they'll get it from nowhere.
That's true. That's why they have to have the schools
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
come into play, and
Right. Karen says, at Surrett, all right, because they
hey,
see my
rich kid.
dad. Hey, Richard Kid. Right, because they see mom and dad do it, may be something illegal or inappropriate, etc. So some things have to be explained to children at the age point they will understand. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yes, let me see. Karen said 100. Let me see. Sarah said that's correct. Hey, Rich Kid Ralph, how you doing? Sarah said, yes, Chris, and we don't know everything that the teachers are teaching. Yes. I think that before you even get into things like that, just because the world is just different now, it's just different. Where even if you want to say it's wrong or right, whatever it is different. Like, why not have, I think you almost should have that class where parents have to be present or make that part of the orientation, let the parents know this is how far we go with that. Now, if you want to go from there and teach them whatever, but this is how much we're going to introduce to your child. Like,
So I hear this every day, right?
what?
This the either schools or parents that are questioning, I guess, the text that is placed in front of kids. But the parent has to be an advocate too. So before a school district even adopts a curriculum, there are parent nights, there are like information sessions. You can go onto the websites of whatever the curriculum is, you can look at the text.
Okay.
So, and then you have a voice. A lot. I've been to these meetings as an
Wow.
administrator, as a parent, and as in my current role. And
Yeah.
people don't come. Parents don't. They really don't come. And I think they
Wow.
don't understand the gravity of what that means when they don't come and when they don't make their voice heard. So
Yeah.
if you don't agree with it, say something. Just like Obama, don't boo, vote.
Right, right, right.
Period.
Exactly.
I
Wow.
feel like I'm still hyped from Nuck If You Buck, Gamma. I'm like, I might need to step down for a second.
Hi, you are so silly. Oh my God. Whoa, yeah, I just
Sorry.
believe I just believe that it's a ball. I understand what you're saying, and that's like a whole different issue. That is literally like a whole different issue when you're saying that the information is there for parents, and if they didn't go there to see it, which I can imagine that most parents don't. I know how the school system is, and so I can imagine that probably 1%, maybe 5% come and check out anything, let alone a whole curriculum, or go even look into one or all of that. And so I guess if you want to have an opinion about something, you have to be an advocate for your child to see what's being taught, to see if you agree with it, instead of just saying, okay, here's a school, I'm going to put you in it and leaving it there. You know?
Yeah.
Man.
Hold on 1 second. Caden is
Okay. Hey,
calling.
Rita. Hey, get my minds and chatters. We are talking about traditional beliefs with Boosie. Rita, I don't know if you heard about Boosie and his daughter and his choice word of saying her contaminating his other children with her choice of being gay. So but he also made statement saying that it's because his family, in their family, they don't do that. So like saying basically it's a tradition in their family and that she shouldn't be that way based on a tradition. So I was trying to get people's beliefs and people's opinions are if they think those type of beliefs should actually come from a traditional standpoint or just your individual standpoint. Like, is it fair to say anything is going to be based on traditional something that happened 100 years? Again, it don't even have to be that. It could be, should you be driving in a car because they didn't have electric cars? So should you do that because the traditional people didn't have electric cars and they didn't do that? Like, what is it that you can safely trust besides like a recipe or something from great grandmothers and great grandfathers about life issues today?
I think that's a very good question. Hey, Rita. We have to consider the times as well. It's not, my grandmother was born in what, 1913.
Yeah.
She passed away, but like, I remember the main thing she told me. She said, you can't, what was the milk, don't the mints people don't buy the milk if the cow is free or something
Right.
like that. I remember things
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
that.
heard that before. Yeah.
It was never like,
Why would they buy
oh,
the cow if the
outside.
milk is free?
Yes, why buy the mouth? Yep. But I've never heard her say like, oh, divide this group, or oh no, that's not right. I knew what the Bible said again, and
Yeah.
she taught me what the Bible said.
Right.
Um, but that just wasn't her heart. And again, for her children, that's a totally different story.
Right, right. Because then you have to deal with it head on. Like, if you know that somebody is a burglar, it's going to hit different when the burglar is in your house. Like, you got to deal with this a whole different way because it's in your house. You got to deal with it head on. So a lot of people that will say, yeah, put the burglar on the table, execute him. When it starts being your child, you probably ain't gonna say that.
Right.
Because it's in your house, you got to deal with it a different way. Karen said, I worked at ECE. In my career, kids understand things like kissing, hugging was all they understood. Now 4 5-year-old practically knows what EX is all about. I think they know too much too soon. I think they know too much too soon. These kids got to be able to be a kid. That's what scares me so much about my grandkids going to school, because I just feel like as long as kids, they're going to learn all of that. They're going there. Nobody gets away with thinking nothing like that ever happened at the age of 30. So you're going to learn it eventually. So I just am scared about the influences that might be out there, or even if they know something that I don't know. Oh Lord, let me get this.
That makes me think of all the things that I couldn't watch growing up as a kid. So I think Rita mentioned it too one time before. Clarissa Explains It All those other things, anything about witches, I could not watch as a kid. But nowadays, like, everything's everywhere. Kids are playing all the games. There's fighting. There's GUNs. There's SEX. There's like all different types of things that kids are exposed to. So it's not necessarily schools. I'm gonna be a school advocate.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the school. It is socialization too. But it is also happening at home. And like we were talking about before, like kids seeing things that they really shouldn't be seeing.
Right.
Somebody asked something about what about single moms up above. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. I didn't understand. What about if you're single?
So should the kid see the single mom being intimate or sharing some intimacy with someone that's not her husband?
I don't. You're asking me that?
I'm thinking that's what he was saying.
Oh, that's probably going to be a matter of belief too, because some people don't believe. They might not even believe in marriage, or they might not believe in the degree of marriage of somebody else. Somebody may live with a boyfriend for all their life. Somebody might say, "I'm not even getting a boyfriend unless I'm married." It's gonna be. I think it's based on your beliefs.
Yeah.
And even though I know what the Bible says, it would be good if everybody could say the Bible says this, let's do it. Ain't nobody doing that. They're still taking the Bible and interpreting it as what they want to, what they want to take from it and leave there to fit their lifestyle.
Yep. That's very true.
So I'm not never going to be the one. I've lived with my husbands before I was married. I'm not. If I do feel like if you got them in front of your children that you should be married. Yes, I feel. But there was times that I wasn't married to these husbands. So how am I going to look at somebody else just because I decided to marry them after 2 years or 5 years? Okay, what's going to make mine right? My 2 years is just as bad as somebody 20 years. If you want to look at it in that fact,
right. Like, are you happy? Is the child healthy? Okay. Are y'all still worshiping the Lord? Oh, okay. good. We're good.
Right. And somebody else is going to say, I don't care if you're happy or not. The Bible says.
Right.
They don't care about no happy or nothing else. That's why it's so individualized.
It is.
4 or 5 years practice what they are too much too soon. Okay, Rita said, yes, I did. I didn't like that at all. That contamination word took me out, Rita. Let me see. Sorette said, I agree, Karen. Mark said, what's up? Gamma and chat. Hey, Mark, was wondering where you was earlier. Playing the Xbox. What's up, everybody? He said, let me see. Sorette said, what's up, Mark? Rita said, I can understand how he feels about doing things in front of his other kids, but to say contaminate them was harsh and disrespectful. Right. Like, I'm not, if I got a lot, I only had 2 and they were only 2 years apart. But if I did have, where's that comment? Dang. If I did have younger children, I'm not gonna want my older, and if they were spaced out, I'm not gonna. I don't care what the sex is. I'm not gonna want y'all doing that in front of my younger kids. I'm just protecting you from a part of your life that shouldn't even be opened up to you at all.
Right.
Whoever you think you want to do it with, don't bring it in here and get on the couch and let your 4 or 5 year old sister or brother see you doing that. Like, what you think they're gonna do?
Mm-hmm. So you think he would have let the daughter come with the
I
girlfriend even
wonder.
if the kids weren't at home?
I don't know, because then would he feel like that would be contaminating them? Then would he say that the family believes in that? That's a traditional belief.
I think it
That's
was
what he said.
very clear what he really thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let me see. Rita said, I can understand. Oh, wait, I got that. Okay. Rita said, my grandmother loved my gay cousin, and he came out to her. Wait, hold on. My grandmother loved my gay cousin, and he came out to her, but like she told him to never come to her house or dressed like a drag, but she said like a woman. Okay. Okay. So yeah.
But that's a whole nother topic.
It is a whole other topic, because like, for what extent
'Cause-
do you accept it
right.
if you say that?
Right. My grandma would have said the same thing.
But Justice always says that her mother felt like that, and she respected her. She
Really?
respected
Yeah,
her
okay.
mom, and
She
she
did
said she
say
didn't feel
that.
no kind of way.
Right.
She said she knew that her mother had a belief, and when she went there, she made sure she respected her, and it was never no thing about thinking her mother was treating her no other kind of way based on her sisters and brothers being able to do it. She said it did not bother her. Whereas another person could be just
Mm-hmm.
about ready to take themselves out because of it, not being able to get that
Y'all,
acceptance.
I know Grandma didn't see this movie, but the best man, the best man, the last one that was on Peacock
Uh huh.
with Morris Chestnut, and he has a son. I believe he might have been beginning to transition, but he felt his identity was more feminine
Yeah.
than masculine. And so as the football player in him, I don't know if y'all saw it, football player in him was like, that's not no my son need to be a man, he's a man. And
Yeah.
so he
Yeah.
had a huge problem with that and did not accept him and like chastised him
Right.
for being who he thought he was.
Right.
But like I said, that's a whole other
It is.
topic.
And I don't even, whenever I speak on something like that, I don't even be saying no wrong or right. I'd be like, that is between guy and y'all relationship. Because I don't know. The reason why I really say it is because I've never been up against it. So I don't even want to say what I would say. I don't know what I would do, because I
Right.
was never up against it. So I don't have no judgment based on here or there, because I never been through it. So since I never been through it, then I just choose to keep my mouth off of it. Rita said,
Right.
yes, the kids are being bullied to learn sexuality too early. Yes, from everywhere, and it's
Mhm.
forced in a lot of places. Like, yes, they have it at school, they have it on the street, they have it on TV, they have it on the games, they have it on YouTube, they have it on everywhere they go. They are so bombarded with it. That alone could have children confused as to which direction they want to go in. Period. Like, what do I do? It's so many choices now. As in the back in the day, it would be like 2 choices. Now with stuff happening where it's it might be like a guy who wants to be with another guy that actually turned into a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of different stuff going on. So it could be kind of like confusing, because it's so big, like a menu that you go to a restaurant. They have one basic menu here, but there you go there, they got 50 things on the menu. Then you got to be making all those choices.
Mhm.
That could confuse them too. It's
Yeah.
everywhere. It's everything. It's sexualized. Everything is.
Yeah, but I still want to go back again to arming parents. You are not you have rights as
Yes.
parents within the
Uh-huh.
schools for you to understand what your kids are learning, the specific standards.
Right.
as well as the curriculum, what texts the kids have in front of them. Like you
Yeah.
can advocate for whatever it is you want. Then you
Right.
also have to understand what it is that you want. Do you want your kids to be prepared for the world? The world isn't, and again, these are my personal beliefs.
Yeah.
The world isn't sheltered. We don't throw our kids out there in a bubble. I wish we could every day, but
Yeah.
that's just not the truth. I want to prepare my son for whatever. I want him to see himself in everything he's exposed to, and I want him to be prepared for whatever. Just like the other thing that happened the other day that I talked about,
Yeah. Yeah.
with the threat. Like I need you to understand what you need to do in that moment. Like I'm gonna prepare you for whatever. Even my
Exactly.
son is 10.
Yeah.
Even with the police right now, like you
Yeah.
have to be aware. I'm teaching you now.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So
So what happens in the school, Chris, if a parent says, you know what, that's a bit much. I don't want this particular thing. But is there any way? It's nothing they can really do about that, is it?
well
If it's
when they
curriculum.
yes, when the schools are doing like curriculum adoptions, which happen, it just depends, like 4 to 5 years, like for public schools. But you can go in. They have parent groups. They should. Now, if they don't,
Yeah.
then again, you serve as a parent advocate. You go to that school board meeting and you demand a curriculum meeting. Like, what's my child learning?
Yeah.
But when they do offer those or curriculum nights, open house, go to the school, find out what's happening, look up the standards yourself, look at the child's homework, look at what they're reading, ask them questions.
Right, right. So it said it's like they learn while we are learning. Exactly. So like I don't even know the stuff. I would know what I would to do with a child because I don't even know how they're bringing it. Hey, OMG, how they're teaching it or nothing. Like to even know where to go. I will be totally lost. Abrielle says she is back. Day
Well, I'll
22.
help anybody that needs some help as far as advocating for your child or, trying to figure out what they're learning. I can help as long as I know your state and district.
Okay, great. That's cool. Okay. Try me now said hi to OMG. OMG and said hey to try me now. Arita said it always have to be boundaries. Like everything has to have some kind of boundaries. And Chris, I love the fact that you're saying that if the parent, I don't know what a parent can do if they come and if the curriculum has been selected, like say if the majority of the parents at the that decide, if 90 of them say it's a go, I don't know what that 10% would do. Do you take the kid and say, well, I got to take them to a school where I don't want to learn that? Do they go out of school for when that's taught? What do they do?
Hmm.
Like, what can they do if that's your belief? And it's going to be a goal. They're not going to stop the curriculum based on one, two,
Right.
three parents, right?
Right. Not necessarily. I think there are some ways to get around that. But what I've seen happen is most kids or most parents take their kids out of the schools and place them in other schools or homeschool.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the option. Wow.
Hmm.
Abrielle said, well, Boosie's daughter said he never asked her what made her that way. I thought that was deep too. And the way she said it, that hurt my feelings. Yeah, that hurt my feelings because she might have some type of childhood trauma. Yes, it was like he
Oh,
never asked me. And with the way she said, I was like, it's a reason she wants him to ask.
something deeper.
She wants him
Yep.
to ask her. Because why would she say that?
Why wouldn't you ask your kid that?
I don't know.
I mean,
And it wouldn't
has
even
she
be
ever
like, why
had
do
a
you want to
real
be like that? Even to
conversation?
say that's so wrong or something like to beat them down about it, but just to say like it is different. That is that because you feel like this about it or what it seems like you were saying? But then again, the next person who thinks a different way, they might say, "Well, if your daughter gets a boyfriend, are you going to say what made you feel like that? What happened? Are you going to say that same thing to them?"
And are we as lenient or not as lenient with boy girl relationships? Like, how old does your daughter or son have to be in a relationship?
Right.
Hey, Miss Two and Bricks is in the building.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
let me get down here. Try me downstairs,
Oh
right? Just to see
Lord.
what. Let me see. With that era where beliefs was firm, yes. In other words, she loves her child but won't accept what they're doing. Because she doesn't believe in the same sex, and nobody should be mad about it. Yes, I really get what Justice says. I'm like, God, I love the fact that her mother set her boundaries for her household, and Justice said, I respect your household, but I can still live my life the way I want to live. I love the way that is. Traby Down says I couldn't even watch it that long, Gabrielle, because no, it hurt me to see her like that. Yes, I was like,
Mm,
oh my gosh.
mm.
It's everywhere. Day 22 says. Gabrielle said that's true, Chris. Let me see. Serenity said, we appreciate you, Chris. Yes, we do. That's so uh caring to be even say that you're willing to help them to get through that. Some parents don't even know that that's a thing that you can do. They probably
Right.
never heard of that before.
Yep.
Let
Yep.
me see. Sarissa, I love educators. Yes. Hey, Miss Two, how you doing? Thanks for coming into the chat. Let me see. Bricks is in the building. Oh, Bricks. We owe your
Bricks in the
this is
building.
Bricks. That was his subject. That's Bricks is who y'all want to go see, catch that replay.
Yes.
Y'all make sure that he's in the building. He had his take on that. Let me
Yes.
see.
Ambriel's page.
Yep, on Abrielle Nicole's page. Chris dropped that link. Yes. So it's just I feel bad. Hold on a second, y'all. I just feel so bad that she has to go through that. And it seems like does anybody know exactly? Okay, I know Abrielle said that she's going to do a live on it. But what did the daughter say? The other daughter. I want to know what the other daughter said. I want to know what was it that the other daughter said. Was she like leaning towards what her sister was saying, or was she piggybacking off her dad? What her dad said?
Right. And when is part
breaks.
2?
Yeah, I need that part. She said she's going to be doing it soon, so we should hear from it soon. Thank you, baby. We should hear from her soon with that. Let me see. Somebody said, "Hey, Miss Two, and welcome, Bricks." He said, "Thank you." Yes, Bricks. Let me see if Bricks want to hold an opinion real fast. Let me see. I don't know. Bricks is opinionated, y'all. He is on YouTube as well as TikTok, and he be having some strong opinions, y'all. Let me see.
Good perspective for sure.
Yes. Yes, and other people probably feel that way too. Let me see. Abrielle said the other daughter is mad about him taking the car. She said he ain't never been a daddy to her. I didn't even know he took no car. I didn't know that part. Oh, okay.
Wait, Ambrielle, you gonna talk about why he thinks he's part of the fault? You gonna talk about that in part 2? Or are you gonna tell us now?
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Up 2 Raws in the building. I would put my apes in the thing, but I don't want to lose the connection. So I need to hear more about what Ambrielle just said. Oh, she said she's gonna discuss the second daughter coming out. Okay, okay. Oh, you're muted, Gemma. You're muted, Gamma.
Y'all, I'm just a reader. I'm sorry. Y'all know the tech. Y'all know I'm techless. Okay, Miss Two said he's probably afraid to ask because he probably knows he's the big reason why. And he hates to take that accountability. If it's brought up, then he may feel like, okay, now I got to deal with that. That's what Abriella said, which I don't believe. And you can definitely tell that her mom was influencing her. Okay, so I didn't even say, hey, Two Rod, thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Brick said, oh. Right. Everyone said, no, I'm going to discuss the second daughter coming out. Right, right. Coming out like the closet or coming out to speak. Let me see. She said, Sweat said, what's up to Rob? Is to said, hey, Sweat, this K-pop. Yes, y'all. This I don't know. Well, I guess we gotta tune in for part 2 to see what the second. Do you think the second daughter is coming out like as I said, what she is like living like or coming out talking about her dad, just about her dad not being there or something? You thinking, Chris?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, maybe
It's a
Abrielle.
cliffhanger. I don't know.
Right, we gotta make sure we tune in to like, because I really wanted. I might follow it a little bit more.
Me too.
Because I'm just curious on what his reasonings are, for different things and all of that. I don't know.
Yep. Because I knew nothing about this before.
Yeah, I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I didn't really know about it until Abrielle brought it to her.
The Ambrielle, right.
Yeah, I didn't even hear about it. So,
but
yeah.
I think it happens all the time. And I think if we're realistic, does it happen more in Black families versus whites and other, Black and brown families versus other families?
What y'all think? Do y'all think that opinion that Boosie took towards his daughter about her being gay, do y'all think that happens more at Black and brown families versus but really like that could be across the board, like other cultures, like chop your head off for it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a lot of
But
different cultures that it's a lot of different things that goes on with those beliefs.
Josh can bring Steve, but can Quantavious bring Trayvon? You know, it's
Right,
different,
right.
and that's a double standard.
So let's say she thinks so. She thinks it's different. Abrielle said, I think it happens in both. I think she thinks it happens in both. I have heard it like happening across the board, but because I don't follow that topic, I don't see enough of the content on it to see like what's going on as a whole or what any statistics are about it or anything like that. Miss Two said it could be the way that they've seen him treat their moms and other women. Well,
Mm.
Boosie look at himself. Okay, so it said still black and brown. Yes, okay.
Mm.
Yes. Hey, sorry to be off topic, but the ports are closing. Yes, the port. We talked about that a little bit earlier, Trical. We talked about how the port of Houston is closed officially today. And officially, due to that strike, we talked about that earlier about how that is going to impact trucking, how that's going to impact these grocery stores, how that's going to impact the aircraft. Because to my knowledge, a little bit that I got from my cousin, because y'all know I watch the news, she says that it's really going to impact those things that are shipped over on a boat, but maybe things that are shipped by air won't be as impacted. But if it's not coming over by boat, they're going to have to get it here some way. So what is that going to do to the aircraft?
Is Shein delivered through? Uh,
That's your concern.
I mean, it's a hot topic right now. Does
we got to order.
Shein, is
We
that
got to order
via
some
port,
pajamas right away if that's the case, right?
boat, plane?
I don't know. Brick said it happens at both, really, especially with ones who are wealthy. Huh? He said he thinks that happens even more with people who are wealthy.
Wait, Trakel's saying she's at the store
She got to
getting.
stop at the store now.
What? What?
I
I
don't know
missed
who's
that
going
part.
back.
I gotta watch the replay. But what should I be getting right now from the store,
So,
Trakel?
Cal, what are they telling y'all in Houston that y'all need to stock up on? Let me see. Suresh said they need to get it together. Yes, because I asked my cousin, I was like, "What they mad about?" She said, "More money." Hey, Just Be Douglas, how you doing? Good evening, chat. I thought a lot of black families, especially fathers, are quick to walk away from homosexuality and family members.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
very true.
yeah, that's her.
Surratt, yeah, Surratt, I need to go to sleep. I'm tired.
But I'm over. You been right, girl. This is something else.
It's been a long day.
Chakal said, "Hey, okay, I see you over there too. Yep, I see you, Chakal. Okay, let me see. Just Be Douglas. She said, what she say? Oh, okay. Chakal said, if uh, if no goods are coming in, all the stores will be low on everything, basically, right? Because people gonna be thinking, I need the tissue, I need the canned goods, I need the water, like I need the dry goods. They're gonna be
But
like,
the ports, isn't that like international trade type of things, or is it?
I believe it is.
So I wonder what. Shoot, I'm going to get my toilet tissue tomorrow. Water,
Right.
milk, bread,
And
cheese.
it's going to impact everywhere because if they're not only bringing stuff to like the bordering states, they're bringing stuff to all of us, no matter how close we are to the water. So this food that we've been having a fit about going up sky high like that,
Mm,
it's probably gonna go up even more.
you're right.
Let me see.
Mm.
Oh, embryo said no blessings. Hi,
Hey,
blessings.
blessing. Hey, just me,
Let me
Douglas.
see. Wait, hold on 1 second. Hold on, I'm way down here. Goods are coming in. Okay, embryo said right. Okay, blessings said, "Hey, ladies and gents, I'm driving home from work and listening about your video of you and your son was very touching. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
Had me in tears. Oh, I did. Love. I did a live. Give you. Oh, I gotta go back and look. Thank you. I enjoyed the live that you had. I saw. I had to do a replay on it. You were out to look like a brunch or something. I gotta get the rest of it. I don't know if those were your friends. Those two guys that was there. I don't know if those were your friends, but I saw that live. But yes, thanks so much. I be missing my child sometimes, y'all. And I be like, I want to make a video of my child. So let me see. There's most of the songs that I put towards is probably like a song that makes me feel the way I feel about it. But a lot of the songs is his music that he used to love. So I kind of like put his music to it. I think it was, I don't remember what that one was, but that was his song. I know that was one of his songs. Let me see. That you already know. You already know. Let me see. Serena said, "Hey, blessings." Yes. So yeah, that important information. Y'all gotta come. And so somebody who know about that, if you know a lot about that, you need to let us know because I don't know a lot about that. I don't watch no news across the board. That's why I don't ever know what's happening politically. I gotta let my sister and my mother get in my ear. I don't watch any news at all. So I don't know if somebody don't tell me or if I don't get it from a trusted source, I won't know. I just simply won't know. Let me see some redness. Hey, pretty lady. Blessing said. So yeah, so if that's all y'all got to say on tonight's topic, I am gonna let y'all up out of here. Thanks so much to everybody who let those lives, the live run over there, get your big ass up. I appreciate y'all for that. Thanks for everybody who came to it's Gamma's World and participated and chimed in on the chat or dropped a heart or just listened in from the bushes. I appreciate y'all for doing that. Let me see. What do
Get your big ass up.
Get your big ass up. Let me see if y'all are not subscribed to Get Your Big Ass Up. Can y'all make sure y'all go over there? It's right. Yes, Rich, you're still here. Can you please drop the link to Get Your Big Ass Up and go over there? I did a 14-hour live. For some reason, it's showing y'all 11, but my statistics that I screenshotted after the live said it was 14 hours and 20 minutes. I read it all night long. I got up, got dressed, took y'all to Myers with me. But let me tell. Well, no, I'm gonna tell y'all the story with it just alive with I gotta tell y'all what happened with the shoes that I went to the store. Y'all went with me to the store. I gotta tell y'all what happened with the shoes that I bought. Let me see. I know because I know people that drive trucks and work at the port. Okay, yes, that's what my cousin told me. She said it's really going to impact the truckers, but really it's probably going to be. It seems like it's going to be more business for the truckers because they got to run that stuff. If the port don't they have to run the stuff? I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how that works. Somebody to tell me, make me understand, because I am like literally socially dumb when it comes to that stuff. Chris, Chris, how did you get out of here? I didn't know. Chris, you must have dropped down. Chris, you must have dropped down because I didn't drop her. I didn't drop her. I didn't even go over there where it says remove. But thanks everybody for coming into the chat. I will definitely see y'all. Make sure that y'all subscribe to Get Your Big Ass Up. If you are not subscribed, I would appreciate that. And tomorrow's live, I don't know what I'm doing the time. Let me see. Oh wait. Is it a refrigerator? No. Ah, yeah. I'm trying to think. Let me see. What did I say was gonna be, y'all? Hey Tasha. Did I forget you dropped down? Okay. Thanks for coming up, Chris. I appreciate you. I forgot the topic, y'all. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I know what I'm thinking. No, I'm not gonna do that topic. I am gonna have. Let me tell y'all what the topic is gonna be. Most likely tomorrow. Or I'm gonna surprise y'all. I'll pick because I got y'all. I got a whole book, Angel that I bought from Angel Mom's daughter. I got all 50 level topics that I want to talk about. So I'm gonna pick one that I really think that we is a good time to bring it out. I always like to wait when things are when it's a good time to bring it out. Let me see. It's nothing to run because it's closed. So they can't even go. It's nothing for the truckers to go pick up. Chakala said, Lord. Tasha said, hey, get my chat. Thanks so much for coming in, Tasha. I'm about to end, but if you could please catch your replay over, it's going to be the same live running, but if you could catch the replay of it on Get Your Big Ass Up, I'd appreciate that. Let me see here. Chris, hey Taya, Saret is dropping. Get your big ass up. There's that link for y'all. If y'all can please go ahead and subscribe to that channel, which is a healthy living channel with the emphasis on my journey for weight loss. But we talk about all kind of things from mental health, physical health, all that kind of good stuff. Let's see. Chris said, make sure you hit the like button, y'all, and join us tomorrow. I'm doing a white noise live tonight on Get Your Big Ass Up. So if you have an extra device, please let it run. It'll be white noise like rain. You'll hear rain sounds. So if you could please go ahead and let a device run. I'm probably going to start that at around 9:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30. So I'm going to get that started. I hope I'll be up all night talking, y'all. I mean, chatting. It was the purpose of my live last night was to turn it on, turn my back and let it run. I end up talking on there for until 2 o'clock in the morning, y'all. So hopefully I can let it run and not be so nosy about what's going on in the comments. We'll see how they go. Let me see. Chakal said they can't get in. Wow. Oh Lord. Let me see. Celeste said, what's our Angel? granddaughter link again. Oh, I don't know the link, but she has it on her community wall. Go over to her community. I got it on my community wall too, but y'all might have to like look pretty far down. But I got it on there if y'all want to scroll. But Angel Mom definitely has it on her channel. She posted it at earlier, like mine is so far down. Hers is not so far down for scrolling. So y'all might find it faster on her channel. I need to get that link though. Tasha said, okay, got you. Thank you, Tasha. I appreciate you. Everyone else have a good night, everyone. Chris says, blessing. Hi, the blessing. And good night, y'all. Shannon, PYT, hey, make sure you get the replay and get it on. Get your big ass up because it's streaming the same live as streaming over there. Catch that over there for me. I appreciate it. And Chris has dropped the link for Angel Mom. Thank you, Chris. Chris, be quick with it. That is the link to order Angel Mom's granddaughter notebook, which is, can you see this book right here? Right here, it's a notebook with line noted paper. And so I use it for my content creation. That's what I've been using it for. Y'all can use it for whatever y'all want to, a journal, things to do, whatever you want to use it for. And then here, let's see here. Day 22 said good night, everyone. And Sarah said, thanks, Chris. Absolutely. Okay, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all have a good night. Hopefully, y'all can let that live run from Get Your Big Ass Up. And then I will definitely see y'all again tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.